Hi, Reverend Paula Zabkar here from Spiritual Soul Center. I don't know when you'll be listening to this, but today is June 6th, and today is the 29th anniversary of my breast cancer diagnosis. 29 years ago. I was pretty young. 29 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer on June 6th. And so it's a contemplative day for me when I was sitting in the chair this morning thinking about what that experience was like and how I received the news and the treatments I went through and the things I learned being in the hospital. One of the things I learned about being in the hospital was how many people cared for me. My room was filled with flowers back when you stayed in the hospital for a few days from surgery for breast cancer. All of the treatments I went through, the recovery time. And one of the things I remember the most is how much better I felt after chemotherapy, not realizing how bad I did feel while I was in the midst of it, of how coming out of that, I really felt like, wow, I really didn't feel so good, and now I feel so much better. That was one of the things that stood out for me. But the thing that stood out the most for me this morning as I was thinking about it is this. After I had completed my treatments, after I was done for a while, in fact, after I had moved to North Carolina, which was shortly after that, I was back visiting some friends who actually were renting my apartment there, and I had this sense, I can remember it now, standing in the kitchen, in my old kitchen, looking out the window, and I had this sense at that point in time that the reason that I made it even that far was that I wasn't done yet. That I wasn't done yet. I didn't have all the words that I have today to talk about that, but I had this deep sense, and I remember that deep sense. And today I know it as my soul was simply not done with the work it came to do. It had nothing to do with how well I went through treatments, or that I was better than somebody else, or that I prayed more, or that I deserved somehow better than someone else. It had nothing to do with anybody else. It had everything to do with my soul simply not being done with the work that it came to do. I'm ever grateful for still being here 29 years later. I'm ever grateful to and inspired by the soul of me, by the divine of me, to continue to do what I'm here to do, to continue, more importantly, to be what I am intended to be here on this time around. In the daily calendar today, it says this: meditation will not carry you to another world, but it will reveal the most profound and awesome dimension of the world in which you already live. I think that is appropriate for the way I felt this morning. And so that's what I have for you today. Happy anniversary to me, number 29. Ever grateful, ever grateful.